Ashe, how y'all doing out there, world? Be back with another very important live. This one's gonna get a little deep right here, because the world believes that the Bible is the true beginning of everything when it's not. The notification just went out too. Okay, so it does. Did you get it? People believe that the Bible is the beginning. It's not. The Bible starts from a specific replenishing in a specific place of the earth. All right, we about to get into it. We're gonna break it down all the way. I'm gonna explain as much as I can. We're gonna get to it. Let's go. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do it in question and answer format. Question: what is meant by replenishing? Answer: in Genesis chapter 1, you find the blueprint of the refilling of a part of the planet Earth called the Gan, enclosed garden. For the rest of the outer world, the outer field, that is the replenishing. Question: where did the story of Genesis come from? Hold up. Where did the story of Genesis come from? The story of what is called Genesis in the book called the Torah, or the Bible and the Quran, were copied from tablets of the ancients. These tablets, one set in particular, is called the Enuma Elish, originally inscribed in cuneiform as a record of when certain beings came down to the planet Earth from their world. Many different names are used, as the Enuma Elish was translated from the original cuneiform into Aramaic, Hebrew, and then into Ashuric. All right? So that's what's going on at the beginning of the Bible in Genesis chapter 1. That's the beginning of the replenishing of a certain part of the earth at a certain particular time. All right? So now we're going to get into the true story of the true beginning, the true story of the enclosed garden. Because we got to remember, Adam and Eve weren't the first people on the planet Earth. Adam and Eve were not the first people on the planet Earth. All right? You had different beings and different tribes of people that lived here way before. We talking hundreds of thousands of years. And Adam and Eve also had parents. Yes, I know we have the names of the mother and the father and the tribes of people that were here before all this happened, right? Before all this happened. The Bible starts at the beginning. Shout out to the viewers that we got. Right now we're talking about the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Gan, and I'm explaining that that's not the beginning of existence. That's not the beginning of the planet Earth, all right? So we're going to get into it. Now we're going to get into the true story of the Garden of Eden, all right? Let's get into it. Hold that, go to, 1 second. I'm about to read it all to y'all right now. It's going to be a little long. I'm going to try to break down the certain names and stuff so we can all understand, all right? One second, bear with me. I got so much information. So much information. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hi, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? We just getting into some deep hidden information right now. Give me 1 second. I told y'all I gotta have some folders for this joint, man. I'm almost there. Let me see. I think it was on the papyrus paper, right? Hold on. Almost there. Hey, what's going on with everybody out there, man?
He'll be into the straight in. Okay, then.
Okay, appreciate it. Hey yo, see this always happens, fam. See this how the devil try to work. You know, I'm trying to bring out some important information. Now I can't find it. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Ah! All right, hold up and go to the other phone. Cause I just had it, bro. Remember, it was the one with so I can show the pictures and stuff. So if it's not in this one, it's gonna have to be in the other one. Hold on, guys. It's probably in this one the whole time. Here you go. All right, here we go. The Holy Tablets, chapter 5, El Gana, the enclosed garden. I, Zakar. Zakar is another name for Adam. In the Holy Tablets in these ancient texts, you'll hear Zakar, you'll hear Kadmon, and also you'll see Adam. So when it says Zakar, it's speaking of Adam. So it says, I, Zakar, Adam, successor of Atum and Lilith, and my confidant Nichabah. Nichabah is another name for Eve. All right, you got Nichabah and Eve, and I believe she goes by one more name as well too. So I, Adam, successor of Atum and Lilith, and my confidant Eve, as newly created beings, obey Elyon, Elyon El, most glorified and exalted. That's another name for the Most High. And live symbolically 500 years in the enclosed garden without approaching the forbidden tree. So they lived in this garden 500 years before the tree even came into the Bible doesn't explain all that. Well, it does. You just gotta know how the days work and stuff like that, right? Let's see. "500 years without approaching the forbidden tree. But Nakash, Halal, son of Jakar, Nakash and Halal are beings, entities that are melanated beings that these are ancient names that's on the tablets. So he would be like the personification of the devil, the whisperer, Iblis, like it's called in the Quran. All right? Son of Shakar, because these people had parents. The Most High has parents, right? So we have to remember that. It doesn't explain that. Like there's a whole family genealogy. The Most High of the Bible is technically, in a sense, not the Most High of the universe. So it's still the wrong God. You get what I'm saying? You gotta really think about it. We're gonna explain everything on a deeper level. Right now, we just talking about the garden specifically, right? So we're talking about Nakash, the devil, the whisperer, also known as Don, cursed be upon him, wandered constantly on the outskirts of Gan, the enclosed garden of delight, resolving to lead us, supreme beings, a new race into the hands of Nana, who is sin, because he was denied admission into the enclosed garden. He was constantly seeking a covert way to enter Gan, but the east gates were shut to Nakash, and his residence was 20 miles outside of this enclosed garden of delight. It was guarded by the agreeable Elohim, Azrael and Raphael, peace be upon you, and the mercy of El Elo, the creatures in the enclosed garden. Now pay attention. Now we're going to go to who was in the garden. What happened in the garden? Who did what specifically? These are beings. It wasn't no snake. There was nothing like that. But also, there were also creatures. When it talks about the dragon. All right? And I'm going to show you these pictures. All right? There were two other creatures also placed in Gan. One was the peacock, known as Ashun, who really symbolizes a beautiful young lady. She Tanuk, known as Ashun, was an agreeable Elohim. She was one of the schools of Zadok, who is another name for Melchizedek. Ashim was responsible for the grain and sustenance of the enclosed garden. The other one was the Tian, the dragon, a symbol of Tiamat, the serpent. Tiamat is another name for the earth. The beautiful woman, Theonak, known as Ashun, was the finest of all the birds of the enclosed garden, which came out of Gan one blessed day out of inquisitiveness. Her beauty could be likened to emeralds and pearls. Because her voice was so enchanting, she was appointed to sing the praise of the Most High, glorified and exalted, which was the job of Nakash before he fell. First, Nakash went to the white bird, Azrael, and said, "You will not enter me." All right. One day, while observing the beautiful woman Tanuk, who is also known as Ashun, whom Nakash hated, Nakash said to himself, "Doubtlessly, this beautiful bird must be vain. Perhaps I may be able to persuade her to usher me secretly into Gan." Determinedly, he waited until the beautiful lady had gone so far from the east gates that she no longer could be overheard by the Elohim that were also in the garden. And the other Elohim who protected Gan, and when she was within reach, he whispered to the beautiful woman. This is how he got the name Nakash, the whisperer. "You are the most wonderful and beautiful of all birds of the enclosed garden." "I am," she answered, "but who are you?" Who seemed frightened as if someone did pursue you. So he was scared. He was talking to her like he was like scared, nervous, like somebody was chasing him, like he was, you know what I'm saying? He was already trying to sneak into the garden, you feel me? Boom. "I am one of those Elohim seraphim who was appointed to sing the praise of Elyon El, most glorified and exalted, but had glided away just for a moment, for an instant, to visit the enclosed garden which the Elohim prepared for the faithful. Will you conceal me under your beautiful wing, so I may re-enter into Gan?" requested Nakash. All right, this is the lady, this is the being right here. This is Tanuk. All right. "Why should I commit an act which should bring the displeasure of the Elohim, most glorified and exalted, upon me?" asked the beautiful woman. "Fear not, take me with you, charming bird, and I will teach you 3 mysterious words, which shall preserve you from sickness, age, and death." Pay attention, replied Nakash. "Must then the inhabitants of the enclosed garden die?" she asked. "All with the exception of those who know these 3 words, which I possess," replied Nakash. "So you are speaking the truth?" asked the beautiful woman. "Indeed I am," replied Nakash. The beautiful woman could not conceive of any creature swearing falsely by the Creator, thus she had faith in him. He tricky, you see what I'm saying? Pay attention, you see what he doing. Now fearing that the Elohim may send peace, who guard the east gate of the enclosed garden, might search for her, Nakash swiftly said unto the beautiful woman, "Radwan is a deceiver. Trust in me. Let me put my lips against you." Pay attention. He said, "Let me put my lips against you." So he wants to kiss her. Pay attention. This is very, very, very important. "Let me put my lips against you. I will inhale as you exhale. I will house your spirit. Fear nothing," said Nakash. "I will utter holy names that shall render Wadun speechless." The beautiful woman trustingly placed her lips upon Nakash for a kiss. As he blew his evil spirit into the beautiful woman's mouth, she wrestled with Nakash and with his spirit. She was engulfed when they passed. he was unable to utter a sound, Radun. With the success of this promise, the beautiful woman opened her mouth, expecting Nakash to resume his natural state. But Nakash erred to remain where he was, and to speak to me, Adam, from the beautiful woman's mouth. Nakash, who now disguised himself as the beautiful woman, succeeded in the re-entry. I witnessed the beautiful serpent. So that's how he got into it right there. You feel me? All right, this being right here. Oh, hold on, fix that. This being right here. Hold on, that's the glare, yo. This being right here is the dragon. I'm not sure if y'all can see that well, but this is the dragon. That was the creature that was also in the garden as well too. All right. Now, Nakash deceived, so he deceived Tanuk. Now he's about to deceive the dragon being, right? And then closed garden also lived the dragon called Tiying. It was the one who confirmed the lie of Nakash. So it received the curse of losing his legs and then closed garden. That's how you get the animal, the snake, you see? It came from the dragon Tiyun because the dragon confirmed the lie of Nakash. So it lost his legs and then closed garden. That's where you get the depiction of everybody wants to speak about the serpent. All right? The dragon was a pet for Eve before she entered the garden. So this was a pet that was given to Nicobar from her friend Anat, daughter of Adun and Mami, the rulers of Kodesh, before she entered the enclosed garden. Tiying was the queen of the beasts. Her head was like rubies and her eyes like emeralds. All right? Bear with me, we're gonna keep going. And her feet resembled the stables of camels. Her breath was sweet like musk and sandalwood. Her words were songs of praise. She fed on saffron, and her resting place was on the borders of the beautiful rivers in the enclosed garden, called Kedar. She was created symbolically 1,000 years before Adam was destined to be the playmate of Nicobar. Nakash, shrewdly knowing that the dragon was created 1,000 years before me, Adam, and was destined to be my mate, Nicobar's playmate, Nakash said to himself, this creature must be more devious than I in any order to remain in eternal youth and vigor. She would undoubtedly dare the displeasure of the El Elo Radun. May El Elo send peace upon him at the price of my 3 valuable words, and he was right in his conjectures. For no sooner had he informed the dragon of this adventure that she exclaimed, Can it be so? I shall be visited by death? Shall my breath expire, my tongue be paralyzed, and my limbs become impotent? Shall my eyes and ears be closed at shadow hour, and this noble form of mine, shall it perish to dust? Never, never. Teach me the 3 mysteries. And if Adun's wrath will be like upon me, I will hasten to the Elohim Seraphim. They work together. The pet and Nakash work together. First, Nakash deceived Tanuk, and then she had the playmate Anat, which got deceived, and also the dragon, Tiying. All this stuff is not explained in the Bible. You see? It's a lot of stuff that goes on that's on these tablets that they took out or didn't add in or changed names, dates, places, and maps. They did a real number on us. All right? But this is the true story from the first recorded written language known to man. Okay? Again, the Bible is just a replenishing. is not the beginning of the earth. It is not the beginning of human beings. It is not the beginning of existence. It is just a replenishing of a part of the earth at a certain part of time. All right? Like the Great Deluge. Noah's flood is called the Great Deluge. That is just one of the times the earth was destroyed, right? You got to remember, this earth has been here for a long time. Okay? Different eras, different forms of evolution have taken place. Not the evolution that everyone talks about, but we're talking about true evolution. You had beings in the earth, on the earth, and out of the earth. Like, for example, at the beginning, we pretty much stepped in and sped up evolution. We sent dolphins down here, and we had capsules of DNA and different information. We put it into the seas. That's why in school they talk about life came from the water. We put those organisms in there. We had to terraform. This earth has been terraformed. This earth has been changed. The atmosphere was predominantly hydrogen. People were different colors back then. Dark shades of brown, green, blue, purple, orange, red. All depending on your DNA and your makeup of your species, right? All right, but we're gonna keep going. I don't wanna get too much off topic. Let's continue the story. All right, okay. Nakash, okay, I do, answered Nakash. And it's precisely this knowledge which fills my heart with care. All the fruits which are given to you bring with them weakness, disease, old age, and death. This is the cessation of life. The forbidden fruit alone bestows eternal youth and vigor. You have never spoken of these things until now, beloved dragon. Where derived you this knowledge? Asked Eve. An Anunnaki of the green light, whom I met under the forbidden tree, informed me of it, said Nakash. I too want this knowledge. I will speak with this Anunnaki. On that instant, Eve left her tent and hurried toward the forbidden tree called Sizen. S-I-Z-E-N. That is the name of the forbidden tree. Pay attention. Each fruit cluster contained 15,000 grains. Nakash knew of Nicobar's Eve's curiosity, sprang out of Tian's mouth and stood in a human form, in the shape of an Anunnaki, Samael by name. Who are you, singular being, whose likes I have never seen? Eve asked, so she's talking to Nakash. Now he's in human form. Remember I told you, he went into Thunix, his spirit and everything went into her. Then he went to the dragon. Then he went to the playmate. Then he went to Eve. This is Eve. Anytime I say Nicobar, I'm talking about Eve. All right. So Eve inquired. It says, I was a man, but have become an Anunnaki, Elohim of light, father of the illuminated ones. He replied, by what means? She asked profoundly. And he began to speak in a whisper. See, he's the whisperer. By eating of this blessed fruit, of which I am envious, the Anunnaki, most glorified and exalted, had forbidden me to taste. And for 6,000 years, I submitted to his command until I felt the pain of death. He transformed into an old, wrinkled, and frail man. My eyes lost their luster and grew dim. My ears could no longer hear the sounds of nature. My teeth decayed, and I could neither eat without pain, nor speak without discretion. My hands trembled, my feet shook, my head hung down upon my breast. I lost sense of touch and sense of love. My back was bent, and at last my whole appearance became a frightful sight, so that all the inhabitants of the enclosed garden flew from me. See how he worded that, right? Boom. This is called the age of death. I then longed for death. It expected to meet it. Nakash then asked, Do you want your mate Adam to be young and handsome forever? Or do you want him to die of old age? Like they say, who wants to die, right? So you see how he got them with this these wordings that he's saying. That would be it. But by partaking of this fruit, I became as strong and as beautiful as at first. And through many thousands of years, I have since collapsed. I am not sensitive to the slightest change, neither in my appearance or in my energies. And I have the gift of the wisdom of He who have created you. And this tree is a very delightful tasting tree. Here, taste it. This truth, asked Eve, is it not pleasant to your eyes? It can restore all beauty, but at the pause of each breath, as Eve would look away and thought, his real form would appear as a halal being, a flugerod. His true existence was a flugerod, right? Do your research on the flugerods. These are cave-dwelling beings, all right? 6 ether. Go do your research. With the body of a snake wrapped around a tree. Is it good for your food? The best spices of the herbs, it would keep your body healthy. It is not mysterious to all of us. It will give you wisdom, and you know not of your will. You shall become filled with joy as in your youth. El Elo, most glorified and exalted, who created me. All right. So here's a picture of the flugerod, Adam and Eve. All right. Hold on. Right here. That's Nakash, the flugerod, Adam and Eve. Eve was 9 ether, Adam is 8 ether. Think about the texture of your hair. If you're 9 ether, you have thick, woolly hair. It grows in a number of a 9, right? Check it out.